I remember walking in, Dr. Chin, and he looks at me, he examines me. He said, "Who's with you?" I said, "My sister," because I couldn't drive because of the seizures, you know. So like you got to wait like a full year after you have one, you know. He said, "You might want to call her in here," and called her in there, and right away, first thing he said, he's like, "Hey, there's no good way to say this, but your brother has testicular cancer. He's probably been carrying it for almost close to a year, and we got to get him into emergency surgery tomorrow morning to remove that testicle with the tumor on it. We don't really know how he's been functioning this long." I went through the chemo, get through it. They said I was in remission, but there was a spot on my kidney because it had spread. But they said they thought it was scar tissue, and I remember my sister was like, "That's not scar tissue." But that's what the doctors felt like. They're like, "You should be fine. You're in remission." That scar tissue I told you about was a tumor. So the thing about testicular cancer, if you catch it early on the first go around, it's very curable. You know, but if you relapse, it's very deadly. So I had a 7 to 15% chance of living. I didn't leave the house for like 2 or 3 weeks. I was scared because I thought it was over. The next time I left my sister's house was to get my scan and to figure out what we were gonna do. And we get scanned. I'm sitting in the room with my mom, my dad, and my sister, and my oncologist walks in, and he sits down, and he has this look on his face, and I'm like, "Oh man, this isn't good." He goes, "I've never seen anything like this," and I'm just kind of staring at him, and he goes, "The tumor's completely gone." And I didn't have any emotion, like looking at my parents. He said, "It's gone." I didn't have any emotion. And he goes, "Did you hear me?" I said, "Yeah." But I said, "I've been here before," you know? My mom starts crying and praying. One of the most incredible things. We tend to always talk about adversity in sports, period. Hey, we're going to have some adversity. But here's the reality. There ain't adversity in sports, you know? It's just a bad roll or bad luck, you know? And I try to keep things in perspective, because the reality is we all go through things in life that we deal with real adversity. And in life, you don't have a choice. You have to attack it or you have to deal with it. You know, there is no "Hey, well, we got practice tomorrow," or "There was another game," you know? So I always try to tell the kids "Hey man, we've all got struggles and we've all gone through things that is way harder than anything you're gonna go out here. So you have to use that as a strength of yours in order to translate it "Hey, out here, this ain't real hard. This ain't hard. This ain't real adversity. We gave up a touchdown or we lost the game," you know? Keep things in perspective, because in the end, football's easy. Life is hard.